I enjoy using Anchor podcasting services. For one, it's an easy setup. Secondly, you can do everything on the same platform, which includes record and then add music to your podcast if you like. And once your podcast has been saved, you can then distribute it to other platforms with the click of a button. And did I mention that it's free? You couldn't ask for anything better than this. Thank you for tuning into Bringing the Heat with Regina Weston. Here we inspire and deal with topics that matter. Stay tuned. Bringing the Heat listeners. You can visit my website at www.reginaweston.com. And while you are there, you can find all books written by Regina Weston. You already know. It's story time. Back down memory lane. I want to talk about games people play. Yeah, people play games. And I want to talk about the time I met this young man and how he wined me and dined me and dated me for months. Later to discover that he had a whole wife and I never had a clue. People, men in particular, because that's who I choose to engage with, men, they have secrets and they have secret lives. They are double agents. Okay, beside him being a liar and a cheater, his behavior towards me, I don't have anything negative to say about that. He was very nice, very sweet. However, he tried to control me, and that's a no-no. He used to try to control makeup, what I put on my face, how I dress. Like he wanted me to dress like a nun. Not gonna happen. Not in my early 20s. With that sexy body that I had and still have, I just got a lot of it right now. Well, back then, woo, you couldn't tell me nothing. And he wanted me to cover up. Wasn't gonna happen. So I remember going to his mother's house. I wasn't as keen on clues as I am today. But I recall her saying to him, "You need to make up your mind." Listen, I don't get into family matters. So I didn't know why she said that to him. He didn't even respond to his mother. So I let it fly over my head. Let me tell you, girls. This guy used to take me to the best restaurant. I mean, he used to take me, I would say, what people will nowadays get flown out of town. My out of town would have been taken. I know y'all laughing at me. My out of town trips would be like taking the Amtrak to New Jersey to nice hotels. And yeah, I already know she was sinning. Yeah, I was a sinner. But I'm saved by grace now, so don't judge me. But he used to take me to nice hotels and nice dinners and nice presents. I never had a clue. Besides his jealousy, that was the only thing that used to get on my nerves. But when I'm telling you he presented himself like a good guy, I'm telling you no lies. He presented himself like a good guy. Now, moving forward, how I found out he was married. I believe that I discontinued the relationship because I just couldn't get with the arguing and somebody trying to control me. That's not going to happen. So I went on with my life. He went on with his life. I think about 6 months to a year later, that's how long it was. I get a phone call at work and I'm like, "Hello?" And the person was like, "Do you like blank, blank, blank married men?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "I think you got the wrong number." And so I hung up. The person called back again. "Hello?" "Yes." "I asked you, do you like blank, blank, blank married men?" I said, Miss, what are you talking about? Well, I was going through my husband's black book and I found your number in his book and you was dating my husband. I'm clueless. So I'm saying to her, who is your husband, girl? She was like, we gonna change his name. Joseph is my husband. You like, well, she was using the word effing. You like effing married men. I said, Miss, first of all, I didn't know Joseph was married when I got with him. Okay, let's be clear. Second of all, I haven't dealt with Joseph in 6 months to a year. Why are you calling me now, boo-boo? Why are you calling me now? Because I was going through his book. I was like, click. So at that time, and kind of still today, I had a good memory for numbers. So I just went back into my memory bank, called his number, he picked up the phone. So I was like, Joe, your wife is calling me. And he thought it was funny. I was like, I didn't know you was married. He said, yeah, we were separated. Hence, why his mother said, make up your mind. See, why she just couldn't be a nosy mama and pull me to the side. Young girl, he married, but they separated and he trying to bring you into the foolishness. I would have been like, what? But at least I would have had a heads up. That woman could have came up to me. I would not have known her from a can of paint. She could have punched me in my face, even though it would have went down. It would have, because I don't play them type of games. But I'm just saying, she could have shot me. It could have been anything. You know why? Because he brought me into a situation that I had no idea about. I was clueless. Okay, so after I called him, I was like, listen, your wife is calling my job and she's threatening me. She's telling me she's going to come up here because, you know, I don't mean no harm. Back then, I was about that smoke. I'm saved now. I try to keep my temper under 2. But don't get it twisted. Don't try it. But see, I wasn't grounded like I'm grounded now. And she was trying me. So I told her to meet me at 5 o'clock. I said, meet me at 5 o'clock. My address is, I'll be there waiting for you. And so you already know, I had my girls. We about to do this, okay? Because if you going to come up to my job about something that happened 6 months to a year ago that I did not have a clue about, then you going to get it. You never be that stupid to walk into a situation thinking you King Kong, not knowing what you're coming in against. Okay? Don't be stupid. Okay, so he wound up calling her and he must have told her not to call my job anymore and this is my place of business. And so she never called back. But the lesson in this young lady is when you get involved with these guys, do a background check. Hire yourself a private investigator because these guys is good. These ones with the double lies, they are good. Let me tell you, I saw no smoke. I saw no mirrors. I was clueless. I told you we was taking our little vacations. He wasn't back then we didn't have no cell phones, but we did have beepers, but he wasn't getting beep, 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 beep and saying, oh, Regina, I'll be back. I got to make a phone call. I wasn't getting none of that. They good. But they can also get you killed because they bringing you into a situation that you have no clue about. And if that wife or girlfriend finds out about you, they automatically assume that you knew that this person had a woman. And that's not always the case. Ladies, the message to you is that if you involved with a guy and he cheats on you, don't come for the other woman's neck. Go for his neck. He is the one that's supposed to be committed to you. I don't have no loyalty to you. He's supposed to have loyalty to you. So don't come for the woman's neck. go for his neck because he's the one that stepped outside of your relationship. Another fact, don't be trying to square up with these women because people are crazy. And like me, back in the day, being about that smoke, if you bringing that fire, a lot of other women got that gasoline and the trigger, okay? Because people are on 10. If you come as a roaring lion, trust me, some other roaring lions are coming with their gangster girls that don't have no problem throwing up them hands or pulling them triggers or going to jail. Because people don't have a problem going to jail over a man. They will kill over their man. So listen, hire you a private investigator. And if he brings you around any kinfolk and they giving you the side eye and people are saying slick things like, he done brought another one to the cookout. Girl, you better put a pen note in that and start snooping like Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Remember that cartoon? I used to love cartoons. I still love cartoons. And I love that cartoon. Inspector Gadget. Girl, become Inspector Gadget. Because these guys, their game is on 10. And a lot of them do not have a problem whining you and dining you as they lie behind their significant other's back. Don't be like me on cloud 9 thinking he doing something because he putting you on Amtrak and he sending you to New Jersey because you live in Brooklyn and you never been to Jersey. And well, I was raised in Jersey for like a year or two when my mother passed away. But I'm talking about somebody put me on the train making me feel like he's taking me out of town when he's really taking me out of a comfort zone that I knew that was just Brooklyn and bringing me to another borough and just making me feel like a woman. You know, that was new to me. I mean, when you listen to this, you probably say, God, that girl was tripping because he put her on Amtrak. But listen, in my 20s, yes, that was a big deal to me. Now, not so much. But back then, yes. But that was a big thing to me back then. I was like, oh, he doing it big, doing it and doing it and doing it big. He wasn't cheap. Like I said, I didn't know the dude was married. So I'm talking about a young mind. I don't know if I think he was a little bit older than me. Not sure, can't remember that far. But all I'm saying is that the guy was good. And if it's too good, girl, start snooping. Google is right at your fingertips. Use it, okay? Bringing the Heat listeners, if you would like to support this podcast, you can do so through Cash App at $RWeston252. That's $RWeston252 under the name Regina Redmond. I would like to thank you for your love and your support. Thank you, Bringing the Heat listeners. To listen to this podcast, go to anchorfm.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play, where we bring